Sometimes the key to finding new colors isn't more chords. It's using different tools to carve those chords. Let's take two chords. Our first one starts with B flat, then D flat, then F, then A flat, then C, and then E flat. This is B flat minor 11. Now let's build our second chord. It starts with F sharp, then A, then C sharp, then E, then G sharp, then B. This is F sharp minor 11. Here they are back to back. But right now they are in root position, every note positioned sequentially from bottom to top. There are times when root position is what we want, but most of the time you bring a chord to life by voicing it, creating a specific and unique arrangement of the notes of the chord. This is the first of the tools we'll use, voicings. Let's move the minor third, D flat, up an octave. Now we have this cluster of notes right next to one another, C, D flat, and E flat. Let's continue using our voicing tool and move the minor seventh, A flat, up an octave. This is our B flat minor 11 voicing. Now let's use our voicing tool with our second chord, F sharp minor 11. First, let's move our root deeper into the bass register by moving F sharp down an octave. A flat is the highest note of our B flat minor 11 voicing, and right now G sharp is the second highest note of our F sharp minor 11 voicing. G sharp and A flat are actually the same pitch. They are two names for the same note. In order for our two chords to share a highest note, we need to move B, the highest note of our F sharp minor 11 voicing, down an octave, so that G sharp, aka A flat, emerges as the new highest note. Now let's move C sharp down to G sharp, and we'll take a look at two things that does for our voicing. With G sharp down here now, we get the same clustering that we got in our previous chord. We have three notes right next to one another, G sharp, A, and B. And we also get this reinforcement of the common tone between our two chords by having it in two octaves. Here is our finished F sharp minor 11 voicing. Let's hear B flat minor 11 and F sharp minor 11 back to back. Now let's take another tool to carve our identity into these chords. I think of this one like a chisel. We'll take these blocks and chip away at them so that we minimize the amount that multiple notes are overlapping. As we go, check out how hidden within the chords are melodies, musical entities that exist in a realm where one note happens at a time, sequentially. Let's take F and reduce its length to just 1/8 note. Then we'll continue up through the chord, reducing the length of C to a 16th note. And we'll do the same with D flat. Notice how they are all leading into one another and are starting to take the shape of a line, a melody. Now let's reduce E flat. Now we've got this melodic shape underneath and this held A flat note above. Let's create a bit of counterpoint by having the lower melodic arc and the A flat note above be in conversation. This conversation is more of a speaker and listener in that the lower shape is rising quite dramatically while A flat just remains in place, absorbing the lower line's energy. In order to give the A flat a bit more of an engaged character, let's have it nod along as the lower line expresses itself. Let's repeat this A flat in 4 steady quarter notes rather than one held whole note. We'll hear how this sounds, but first, let's apply this same dynamic to the next chord so that this conversation spans the entire chord progression. And in a slight departure from the previously established shape, let's actually have the lower melody descend now that it has reached the top of the notes that the voicing makes available. And to step down to this last note, we'll add a little bit of an ornament, a kickflip, down into the last note. And we'll have our A flat continue to nod along to the melody below. Now, we'll duplicate it so that we have 4 bars to work with, and we'll add a slight variation to the 4th bar, the second time we encounter F sharp minor 11 in the idea. Now let's go back to our original voicings and use a completely different tool to infuse ourselves into this harmonic raw material. Let's shift F sharp minor 11 so that it happens an 8th note earlier. And now we'll use a kind of question and answer tool. Let's call it the question marker. Let's reduce the length of B flat minor 11, our first chord, so that it leaves a gap in between the first and second chord. Now, the chord played as a block becomes the question, and the gap becomes the space in which we can answer that question. Let's start the answer by playing the highest note of the chord, A flat, an octave higher. Now, let's add 3 notes that already exist in the chord, just in lower octaves, A flat and C, the 7th and 9th, all on offbeat 8th notes. And now let's use our question marker once again on the second chord. We'll shorten it to make room for an answer in the gap. And now in the gap, we'll once again add notes that already exist in the chord, the 9th, 11th, and 5th, again emphasizing offbeat 8th notes. And then to give the answer a conversation partner, we'll add a second line in the same rhythm and even using the same notes at moments, and still just using notes that exist in the chord already. We'll follow that same pattern for the second chord. And to finish this question marker variation off, let's add 2 16th notes that plunge down into the answer from the initial question at the beginning. What I like about this is that in the first section, the top note just nodded along with the melodic, while the melodic line underneath was talkative. But in the second variation, the 2 melodic lines join together, almost completely in rhythm and often in pitch. It's as though the 2 melodic characters start out on different pages and of different minds, but then come into agreement to some extent. To my ears, this evolution of the melodic characters throughout the 2 sections makes for 2 satisfying sides of our single initial musical idea. Let's hear them together, but before we do, I want to announce the launch of a new platform I have been working on. It's called Chords That Vibe. It's a combination of an online learning environment with lessons and courses and an online DAW with harmonically intelligent and compositionally aware tools and features. It's the culmination of a vision I have had for a long while of a way to have learning flow directly into creation in an ecosystem where the DAW at its core understands harmony. Because when your musical tools know the rules, all you have to do is break them. You can get early access now at chordsthatvibe.com. Okay, now let's check out this tune we've been putting together. Sometimes the music asks for more harmonic material, and other times it asks for just treating the same harmonic material with other methods or tools. Being able to go down both roads with an ability to express your own unique musical identity will allow you to put the most of yourself into the sounds you create. Until next time, farewell.